Hello and welcome to Chapter 9, Lesson 6. Today we're going to be talking about evaluating expressions. Now, usually when kids are like, what does evaluate mean? I'm confused when I see the word evaluate. I think of, it basically means to solve. We're just kind of getting to technicalities of, well, you can't solve something if there's not an equal sign. And when we're talking about expressions, we know there's no equal sign. So anyways, next off it says, when a symbol such as a question mark or a box or a letter such as X or Y is used to stand for an unknown, it is called a variable. Okay, so we are going to start calling, we've called it the unknown the whole year, right? But the rest of math life calls it a variable. So we're going to start calling that unknown a variable. And that's really exciting because we are really becoming expert mathematicians this year. So let's get started on practicing evaluating expressions. All right, so example 1 here says, Santiago unpacked 5 more boxes of light bulbs than boxes of flashlights. So if I was going to write an expression using the variable X is the unknown, right? Do we know how many flashlights he unpacked? No, we don't. So we could say 5 more than, we don't know, right? So X is what we can put in there. So I could say 5 plus X is what our expression will be. When you find the value of an expression by replacing the variable with a number, then it's called evaluating the expression. Sometimes kids get confused. They're like, well, do I solve? Yeah. Solve is a word we use when there's an equal sign. Right now we do not have any equal signs. This is not an equal sign there. We don't have any equal signs, so we can't use the word solve. Instead, we have to use the word evaluate. It means basically the same thing. Let me show you, okay? The hardware store has 6 fewer step ladders than extension ladders. There are Y extension ladders. So that means there are unknown. We do not know how many extension ladders there are. So then it says to write an expression using the variable Y for our unknown. We've always been using boxes, right? This is just a different way to write a box. Put a Y in there. So don't let it freak you out. It's not something crazy. You've been solving this your whole life with a box in there, and it's not scary. So now just pretend like instead of a box, we're just putting a Y. It's the same exact thing. Okay, so if I say Y minus 6, that would tell us how many extension ladders there are. Okay, but then the last part says, then evaluate, which means fancy word of saying solve, right? The expression if Y is equal to 10. So what that means is we're going to take the Y and we're going to replace it with a 10. So if I'm going to evaluate this expression, all I have to do is this. 10 minus 6 is 4. Boom. Sorry, replace Y with 10 and subtract. That's all we'd have to do to evaluate. We have to do our solving, our last step to solve. So there are 4 step ladders. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes, sorry. Yes. We knew that was step ladders. I thought we were solving for extension ladders. But they told us there's 10 extension ladders. So we didn't need to solve for extension ladders. We were trying to figure out how many step ladders. And 6 fewer means to subtract. Let's look at another example here. This says sometimes an expression has more than one operation. So might add and subtract, might add and multiply, add, divide. When there are no parentheses, we need to multiply or divide in order from left to right. Okay, multiplying and dividing comes first. It's more important than adding and subtracting. That's going to come second. Okay, so this is called the order of operations, right? So first we multiply or divide from left to right. Okay, second we add or subtract from left to right. Okay. Here it says, Owen looked at a set of 4 pliers. His dad looked at a set that had S times, so sometimes as many pliers, plus 3 more. If S is equal to 2, how many pliers were in the set Owen's dad looked at? Okay, so this would be our expression here. 3 plus S times 4. Okay, so we had 3 more. I don't know. If I were going to look at it this way, I would do S times 4 plus 3. I would even do this. 4 times S plus 3, right? If I read it how it looked. Set of 4 pliers, it's S times as many pliers plus 3 more. That's how I would do it. Anyways, we're going to get the same answer no matter what. So let's look here. We know that S is equal to 2. So instead of an S, I'm going to replace it. So I still need to write S down as my original expression, but then I'm going to replace it with a 2. Now, I've got adding and I've got multiplying. Which one comes first? We see multiplying is first, right? This is multiplying, dividing, adding, subtracting. Multiplying comes first. Okay, so I need to multiply first. 2 times 4 is 8. Then, second, comes adding and subtracting. So then I'm going to add 3 plus 8 to get 11. So if S is equal to 2, then 3 plus S times 4 is 11. There were 11 pliers in the set. Now let's see if my answer gets us the same. So I'm going to replace my S with a 2, bring everything else down. What do I need to do first? I've got multiplying and adding. Need to multiply first. 4 times 2 is 8. Bring down plus 3. 8 plus 3 is 11. Get the same answer. Okay, so I don't know. You just got to be careful how you're reading it, and if you're reading it right, we're good to go. Okay, so now we're going to evaluate each expression if A is equal to 2 or B is equal to 5. So let's see. Here I have 3 plus A. Okay, so what is A equal to? 2. So I'm going to replace A with a 2. Will you please cross this out? I don't like this. Okay, this is how it should say. Then we would do 3 plus 2 is 5. Can you write your answer that way for me, please? That's the way we should be doing it. Okay, same here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Put X's on there for me, will you guys? Here we have 11 minus B. So we're going to replace B with a 5. 11 minus 5 is worth 6. Okay. Here we have another B, so B is still 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Okay. Now, this is a 3. 3 numbers and 2 operations. Nice. Now, remember up here, A is 2. So I'm going to replace A with 2. Now I've got dividing and I've got adding. Remember, first it's multiplying and dividing from left to right, and second it is adding and subtracting from left to right. Okay, so first I need to either multiply or divide. In this case I'm going to divide. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Bring down plus 4. Now I need to do 6 plus 4, and that is 10. Very nice. I want to see over here if there's anything crazy going on. Doesn't look like too crazy. Okay, let's get rid of these guys though. I'm on page 537. Get rid of the equals. We just write our answer below. So instead of D, I need to replace that with a 7. 15 minus 7 is 8. Okay. C is 4. C is equal to 4. 16 plus 4 is 20. D is equal to 7. Replace this D with a 7. 35 divided by 7 is 5. Right, I could put my multiples. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 5 sevens. Okay, this down here, it says we need to evaluate each expression if x is 14 and y is equal to 6. Okay, so this one has both variables. So underneath the x, I'm going to put my 14 plus underneath the y, I'm going to put my 6, bring down my parentheses, and bring down the divide by 4. Now remember, even above, like remember how we did 1 is multiplying and dividing from left to right. 2 is adding and subtracting from left to right. But what does parentheses mean? Really, that should be first. First is always parentheses. Okay, so parentheses always means do it first. Doesn't matter what else is out there, do it first, parentheses. So first I need to do my 14 plus 6, and that will get me to 20. 20 divided by 4 is 5. There we go. Now x here, I've got 14. Put it right underneath the x. Okay, good. Look at this. We've got, a subtracting and a multiplying. What do I do first? First, I need to multiply, right? Multiply comes before subtracting. So I'm going to get 4 here. So I get 14 minus 4, which is 10. Okay, y is 6. So I'm going to do 6 plus 24 divided by 2. Okay, what comes first, adding or dividing? Dividing does. 24 divided by 2 is 12 plus 6. And 6 plus 12 is 18. All right. Now I want to see all of this beautiful work on your paper too. Okay, especially this. Oh, you guys have no idea how important those steps are. I need to see them on your work. Okay, and this stuff here too. Oh, so important. Please make sure you're showing your work on these. But anyways, that's all I have for you for today. Thanks for watching. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Bye.